So fell to the ground the handsome frame of Achilles. Looking all about him, he uttered this deadly curse. Who was it shot with a dreadful arrow at me by stealth? Let him have the courage to face me openly, to have his blood and all his bowels come gushing out around my spear, to send him off to the sorrowful Hades. For well I know there is no warrior in the world who at close quarters can overcome me with his spear, even with an utterly dauntless heart in his breast, a totally dauntless heart and a body of bronze. Stealth is the weakling's way to snare a better man. Just let him face me, even if he says he's a god who's angry at the Danaans. I suspect in my heart it is Apollo concealed in sinister darkness. So my beloved mother once revealed to me, that by Apollo's arrows I'd die a miserable death. That said, with unflinching hands, he pulled the fatal arrow out of a wound that could not heal. Out gushed the blood as he gripped with pain, and his heart was yielding to death. Meanwhile, Achilles remembered still his fighting spirit, still his invincible limbs. Still in his invincible limbs, the crimson blood was seething with eagerness for the fight. So he's literally too angry to die at this point. He's like a Sith Lord that's kept alive only by his rage. Not a single Trojan had courage to approach him, struck though he was. So anger and his painful wound inflamed the spirit of Peleus' son, though dying from Apollo's arrow. In spite of all, he sprang and fell upon his foes, his huge spear poised. Let me get Sandra, Kayla, Destiny, Sahara Hill, and Kenza up here, please. You can just, like Kenza, stand there, and you two just line up behind Kenza. It's an important moment. He killed the noble Arathion, Hector's brave comrade, with a blow below his temple. His helmet failed to stop the long lance as intended. It shot straight through both metal and bone to penetrate the nerves of his brain and so to spill his vital force. You're dead. Kilodesi's hair hill. He slew Hipponoas with a spear thrust under the brow into the roots of his eye. His eyeball fell from its socket onto the ground, and his spirit fled away to Hades. You should literally go to hell, Kayla. Next, he penetrated the jaw of Alkithoas and severed all of his tongue. He slumped to the ground, breathing his last, the spear point sticking out of his ear. All these were slain by the hero as they hurried forth to face him, while he took the lives of many others. Of many others in flight, for still the blood was seething in his heart. Okay, you can go, Sandra. Thank you. We could not have done this without Kayla and Kendra. Thank you, Kayla and Kendra. Kenza. Oh, I'm sorry, I got your name wrong, Kenza. Shut up, Sandra. I need a drink here. When his limbs grew cold and his spirit ebbed away, he stopped to lean on his spear. The Trojans continued their flight in general panic, leaving him to rebuke them thus. You cowardly Trojans! Dardanians! Even when I'm dead, you won't escape my merciless spear. The lot of you will pay the price of death to my avenging spirits. They shuddered when they heard him speak, as in the mountains fawns will tremble at the sound of a roaring lion, making their timid escape from the beast. Likewise, the army of the Trojan horsemen and their foreign allies trembled in terror of Achilles' final threat, supposing him unwounded still. Rage. Gotta sing the rage of Peleus' son Achilles. Murderous, doomed. They cost the Achaeans countless losses, hurling down to the house of death so many sturdy souls, great fighter souls, but made their bodies carrion, feasts for the dogs and birds. But with the weight of doom upon his gallant spirit and sturdy frame, he fell among the dead with the fall of a lofty mountain. The earth resounded with the mighty crash of armor at the fall of Peleus' peerless son. If Priam, after the death of Hector, had cause for rejoicing, this surely was it. So Achilles, who'd vanquished the mightiest heroes, was vanquished himself by a coward who'd stolen the wife of his Greek host. If he was destined to die at the hands of a woman in war, he'd rather have been cut down by the axe of Penthesilea. Now the terror of the Trojans, the pride and bulwark of Greece's name. Achilles, the hero unequaled in battle, had ended in flames. He was shot down in front of the Scian gates by Paris and Apollo with an arrow in the ankle. Lights, please.
The song of Achilles is broken bit, trying to make the pieces fit to a puzzle with a million missing pieces. When I'm feeling fine is when I discover that I'm afraid to blow my cover, and there's something very wrong with this. So slip back in your hole, or get back in your cave. If I'm going down, I'm taking someone with me.